Oh, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community, and welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director and Head Containment Specialist here at Site-42, and as I do daily for the last 5 months and change so far, streak continues strong, I open my door once a day for a stream to interact with you guys, to educate, illuminate, and elucidate you to the secrets, the inner workings of the SCP Foundation. Now, whether it's the anomalies we contain, the staff that does the containing, the groups of interest who don't like so much that we do the containing, or anomalies, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that are outside the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps because we are from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. I'm here to answer your questions for the next, I'd say, 45 minutes to an hour. It's going to be a short one this morning. So, starting out, before we get into the meat of today's stream, let me start by saying, Just Alice, congratulations on being our first chatter of the day. Meanwhile, Junior Researcher Sally, Dr. Dyke Shern, Smallish Games, Shadowkin, SCP-049, Amber, Trey, Jace, Light Steve, Puppet Boy, Silent Follower, Liam the Llama, Senior Researcher Alex. Refreshing the chat. Zeerdrin, Alki, Tyrone's Creations, Dr. Darkstar, Eerie, Edward, Dr. Cullivan. All of you, thank you for being here punctually to stream today. Thank you for being members as well. Meanwhile, Dr. Evil Greasy John, Neri, Multi-Fandom Lover, Infinite Dragon, and TX2 Fandom, thank you for being punctual here to the stream, and thanks for being here just for being you today. So, let's start with these quick first-minute donos that came in. Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a cheesesteak on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, the pipes, they're coming from the pipes. Sorry about that. Well, close the pipes. That's at least your starting line. I mean, I felt like that should be pretty obvious. Dr. Darkstar, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some bacon-wrapped shrimp on your way past the commissary. Good news, Doc. The test was approved by 05. Hasn't crossed my desk. You're saying they approved a test, and they didn't tell me about it? Seems a little sussy. I feel like something must be going on here, because they're going to tell me if they approve a test on my anomaly. I mean, come on. It's been a while since I've joined a stream. Well, welcome, squad. Good to have you back. I mean, we do stream every day, so missing a few streams, not the end of the world, unless it was an XK class end of the world scenario. Then it literally was the end of world, and you could have fixed it, but you didn't, and that's really, really a problem you should think about in the future. Toxical Gaming. Oh, hey, I've joined a stream early for once. Congratulations! Good to see you again, buddy. And yeah, we're just getting started. So, today, what we are talking about in our title, our meat and potatoes, it's 9K Con time, everybody. And by the way, the shorthand for SCP-1000 contest is number the letter K because it's 1,000, so 9K, 10K, etc. And then the word con, C-O-N, for contest. Do you guys say 9con or do you guys say 9K con? Because 9K con sounds weird to say to me. I like saying 9con. But does that mean that the K and the C are silent? Does that mean that the K or the C are silent? Or does that mean like a CK can make just a K sound? A KC can also make the K sound. Because I like 9con. Honestly, it's just more efficient if you're saying it out loud. Will mysteries ever cease? Anyways, Epic Dr. Darkstar, thank you for donating again. And yes, forward that paperwork to my desk, please. And Smallish Games, thank you for your 1-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service in the battle against the white names. In your opinion, which is the most horrific SCP in safe class? That's really hard to say because we can't, if we search by safe class, there are literally thousands of anomalies. But what I can tell you off the top of my head is SCP-427, the Lovecraftian Locket, which is a safe class. You can just lock it in a box and it heals you, so it seems really nice. But if you get too much healing, you turn into a flesh monster. Flesh monster bad, not a fan. I'm going to call that today's horrifying one. Now, where was I? 9con, which I will call 9con. Yes, 9con posting began last night. Yesterday was 9con Eve. Today is 9con morning. And although, unlike Classic Con, where the authors were limited to 1,000 words per SCP, which means I could read some Classic Con articles on stream and not take forever, I highly doubt that without that limitation, the authors showed that kind of restraint. That they are very quite verbose in their stories. And so we will not be reading any full stories on stream, but we will be taking a quick skim and some snippets so that you guys can have like a sneak preview before you go read the wiki. So first of all, for those asking, the theme for SCP-9000 is structures, constructs, and patterns, which of course is an SCP reference, but this is the SCP-9000 banner. And so 9con has begunneth. And to start, let's talk about it getting underway. When I went to bed, 9con had just spun up because I went to bed late last night. But we have, as of current time that I am saying this out loud, and I'll even refresh just to be sure no one's posted in the 8 minutes since I've started stream, because that's, you guys would do that, I'm sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. 58 articles in one goddamn night. And by God in this time, I am referring to SCP-5991, Vor Jesus, because we better be ready to eat, people. Now, honestly, I could have said that about SCP-3305, Bread Jesus, as well. And also SCP-6542, Milk Jesus, aka Jesus. Man, 3 out of our 4 Gezi are eating related. Huh. I wonder what that's about. Okay, so here's the deal. When you look at the SCP-9000 page, every time you refresh it, it is going to shuffle the articles because they are not in posting order, because there is the bias to read the first one and to start reading so many of them that it's really hard to get through all of them by the end of contest time. So many people write so many long articles. Me and Billith tried to read all the SCP-7000 articles, and we put like 13 hours on stream in one day. And then we had to do like 2 to 3 hour streams every day for a week, and we still couldn't finish it. So, They shuffle them, that way people start at the top and see different articles. That way the first article is not getting, I started reading but then I quit bias. You'll also find certain SCP authors have renovated their author pages to having the current rankings, if you are interested in the horse race of it all. Although remember, I would not read choosing from their list, because then you're giving first place bias to first place, second place bias, and so the randomization is really the best way to go. But that being said, if you start reading on one day and then start again the next day, don't refresh your browser, because then they'll all be mixed up again. That's what I'm telling you. This is your safety guide for reading the 9con contest. If I'm going to say contest, I should say the 9K contest. But if I'm only going to say it for short, I should say 9con. So it's either the 9K contest or 9con. This is a Site 42 correct pronunciation that no one else can argue with me about because I'm the site director. And so, with that, here is what we're going to do today, people. I'm going to try, because again, this is a short stream, and I will try to get some donations every 10 articles. I will answer some donations to get back on. But what we're doing right now is we're starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I'm going to read you is only the title of the article, the author of the article, the tagline that is on the page here, if there is one, and then we're going to go into this description and read a varying amount of the description, somewhere between one sentence to a paragraph maximum, and maybe I'll show you some pictures. So, let me start us off. Our first article of the day is called SCP-9000, The Queso Doppelganger by Apex Raptor. This one does not have a tagline when you roll over it. So we're not having a tagline, but let's see what the beginning of the Queso Doppelganger is. Description. SCP-9000 is described as a humanoid entity standing at 1.8 meters tall and weighing 300 to 450 pounds. It is visually identical to popular Twitch streamer Case Dylan Baker, better known online as Queso. Despite the resemblance, SCP-9000 is concerned to be a separate entity from Baker, as sightings of it have occurred while the streamer was observed at his residence. So, a Queso Doppelganger, and with one extra thing that seems to be a hook here. Upon appearing, manifesting in different locations, SCP-9000 will proceed to the nearest of these establishments, grocery stores, food services, restaurants, food courts, and street vendors, where it will order large quantities of food that far exceed what an average human being is capable of consuming, pay with the appropriate amount of US currency. The entity will then find a place to sit and consume the food at tremendous speed. And we have a picture. SCP-9000 obtaining ice cream in a grocery store. That is our first SCP-9000 contender. So, that brings us to who is our second SCP-9000 contender. SCP-9000, codename For All Who Remain, by author Softseal, with the tagline, "We shall die in the dark no longer." That's a good, it's a good tagline. That's intense. Now, what is our description? Or at least a part of it. SCP-9000 refers to the Azura Protocol, A self-proposed event in which the SCP Foundation and its personnel by proxy is disestablished should the current directive of securing, containing, and protecting be contradicted by the very nature of the SCP Foundation's existence. Ooh. We will have to disestablish the Foundation if it contradicts our securing, containing, and protecting. And you have this pretty picture of what seems to be some sort of thing in the woods, in a foggy woods, giving Annihilation vibes. All right, that's our second one. Moving on. We gotta go fast, there's a lot of them. SCP-9000, codename, To the Fate of the Faithful, by author Ariadne's Thread. The tagline is as follows. We worship the souls of the holy men and women, born at any time, whose consciences struggle, or will struggle, or have struggled, for the good. Corda Avesta, Chapter 13, Hymns to the Angels. Okay, what is our description? SCP-9000 is an anomalous pier, footnote, Zoroastrian pilgrimage site, translated from Persian. For clarity, all Persian and Avestrian words have been romanized unless specified. This anomalous pier found within the Shekefte Yazdin cave near the village of Zarju, Iran. Ingress to the cave, which houses SCP-9000, provides some challenge due to altitude and entrance formation, while SCP-9000 itself is only accessible to visitors via ritualistic behaviors hereafter referred to as Protocol Mithra. Successfully executing Protocol Mithra will result in a spatial and or temporal distortion during which the roof of the cave will appear to disappear, opening to a clear moonless night sky regardless of the time of day in baseline reality. Ooh, nice. Trippy. And here is our photo of the entry, or this is the live feed of the entry to SCP-9000. And what do you want to bet that if we sat here long enough, some creepy shit or something would pop up in this live feed? I don't know, I just have a bad feeling. The desk. The queso one was called the Queso Doppelganger. Okay, continuing on. SCP-9000, codename, Don't Take Knowledge for Granite. All right, we're going bad puns by Arthur Rylander 128. Don't get me wrong, I love a bad pun. Codename, It takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. I love that code, what's the word I'm looking for? I love that tagline. I think that tagline makes a lot of sense. Now let's see what our description is. Description. SCP-9000 is a megalithic structure located in Cocos Island, Costa Rica. It comprises two large 1 by 1 by 6 meter tall granite stones and one 1 by 20 by 1 meter tall granite capstone, forming a single chamber megalithic tomb known as a dolmen. Surrounding the dolmen is an energy barrier, which is indiscernible to the human eye. The shape of the energy barrier seems to be that of a circle and extends about 30 meters off the ground. If a human being enters the energy barrier, the victim will be blasted with F to X volts of energy, with X being the amount of seconds spent within the barrier, and F being the next Fibonacci number in that sequence. Ow. Okay, do not go to the energy barrier. It's not a good idea. Next up, SCP-9000, codename Tripod Cat, by author Sharia Vanilla. Tagline, no tagline. Next up, description. SCP-9000 is a domestic cat, Felis catus. The bottom half part of SCP-9000, comprising its 4 paws, half of its belly and the base of its tail is missing. However, the interior of its abdominal cavity is invisible through cross-section, and the absence of its bottom body does not lead to any physiological problems. This has something to do with Josie the Half-Cat, obviously. Because there's also a Director Josie, and Director Josie drew this image of SCP-9000. So there is some sort of parody of Josie the Half-Cat going on here. Some sort of parody in Josie the Half-Cat. But let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to do donos every 5 because this is going to take a minute. I don't think we're going to get through all this today, guys. Even just reading this little bit is taking forever. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again. No, thank you for donating for the first time today, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Twix bar on your way past the commissary. If you were to play a Heroes of Might and Magic, they go up to 7. My favorite Heroes of Might and Magic is the 4th one. I have never played one of those games, so I wouldn't know where to begin. I'm sorry. No ideas. I can't offer an educated opinion on that. Feels, thank you for your 5-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service in the battle against the White Names. On self-discovery trip, I may need the stone later. All right, well, as I always say, make sure to talk to your on-site therapist, get the proper paperwork, and next time SCP-113 is on rotation to your site, it will be open to your use. A.A. Blackwood, thank you for your 1-month member message as a level 1 researcher here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service in the battle against the White Names. I finished the first chapter of my webcomic. Woohoo! Yay, art! Yay, art, do it! Okay. Boy, oh boy. Back into the 9000s. SCP-9000, codename I'm Still Here, by local lesbian commie. Tagline, our veins may run open, but our blood will never run dry. Okay. Description. SCP-9000 is a collective designation for anomalous television broadcasts of Brazilian clubs and national team football matches from 1967 to 1982. These transmissions manifest spontaneously in national television signals after the conclusion of sports or cultural programming. 7,323 instances of SCP-9000 have been detected as of writing, becoming more prominent after each year. And then it goes into a list of why the broadcasts are creepy. And so, for instance, we have a picture from Brazil's government slogan. And then we have, oh, he does not look normal. He does not look normal. They do not look normal. They do not look normal. So, creepy football. If you want to read some creepy football, SCP-9000, I'm Still Here, by local lesbian commie. But we got to keep going. We got to keep going. Next up, SCP-9000, Where Gods Fell, by Astral Navigator. Tagline, was their end inevitable? And if it was, is ours? This SCP-9000 is neutralized. And it's also got a very fancy background that I'll show you in a minute. Description. SCP-9000 is a perfect black body located within the Tabby star system, approximately 1,500 light-years from Earth. A black body is an object which absorbs all radiation directed toward it, reflecting none of it. Typically, they will heat up as their energy increases and emit their own thermal radiation. The black body orbits Tabby star at a distance of approximately 0.83 astronomical units. So, a black body. Got it. In space. And then if we do the, here, then, ooh, space theme. The black body is in there. And then we have 9000-1, and we're doing all sorts of stuff in glyphs here. So they really put the design in there. Yeehaw. Superblocks, welcome to Site-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Continuing on, the 9000s are calling. The 9000s are calling. SCP-9000, Fractal, by Shaggy Dreadlocks of When Day Breaks fame. A well with no bottom, an ocean with no floor, a fall with no end. Now, this is the one I saw a preview for, and it got me very excited because I know what this one is somewhat regarding. But let me start with what I should be giving you here. This is an object class Thaumiel SCP-9000. Description: SCP-9000 is the Berryman-Langford set, an algorithm that, while mathematically sound and relatively simple, is capable of generating visual cognitohazards. Computer-generated visualizations of SCP-9000 produce patterns with intricate levels of detail similar to that of the Mandelbrot set. Mandelbrot. The anomalous nature of SCP-9000 becomes apparent in that these depictions contain innumerable points / still frames that impart a variety of anomalous effects. So, this is a visual transversal of a dead region within SCP-9000 exhibiting no anomalous properties, but you may be familiar with the Berryman-Langford cognitohazard in the SCP-001 cognitohazard page. So this is based around what I believe is the discovery of those cognitohazards. Next up, SCP-9000, codename Panspermia, by author Arkland. The tagline is, "A careless gardener reaps an eager crop." And we have a Keter uncontained anomaly. Description: SCP-9000 denotes the entirety of the Sol stellar system, excluding the Sun and the Earth, following the effects of the Cascade event. So something happened, and now our entire solar system, except us and the Sun, are SCP-9000. That doesn't sound too good. Continuing on. SCP-9000, The Law of Worship, by author The Informed One. Tagline: Fides est ius divinum. Faith is the divine law. Description of an Archon-class anomaly. SCP-9000 constitutes a metaphysical phenomenon involving the unpredictable manifestation of multiple supernatural entities. The occurrences resemble deities from numerous religions in human history, with these beings exhibiting physical strengths, godlike abilities, and characteristics consistent with mythological accounts of varying folklore. As such, instances of SCP-9000 are entirely autonomous in their actions, which can lead to consequences that are negative for humanity. As of present, there are 3 distinct classifications of SCP-9000 instances. -1, -2, and -3. So, multiple gods have spawned on Earth. Great. And our image is a contemporary worship of the cult statue of Zeus. So, the gods are real. The gods are coming. Look out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that was 5 more. Let me peek at the stream real quick. Traveler682, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a craft root beer on your way past the commissary. Would the SCP Foundation be able to contain Doctor Who? I'm trying, but it keeps getting out of its boxes. Even the Pandorica, which remember, was a perfect box, it got out of 2 of them. It's bullshit is what it is. Lockjaw, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Twizzler on your way past the commissary. SCP-909 versus SCP-055, the object that isn't round. SCP-909... SCP-909 forgets everything. And you wanted to fight an anomaly everyone forgets? Or you wanted to make it everything us forget? We don't have an SCP-55. What are you talking about? All right. Next up on our list, SCP-9000, codename Daydream, by author Jazixo. Tagline is Junior Researcher Vo struggles with a life-stealing anomaly, hostile bureaucracy, and her own conscience in this decade-spanning psychological thriller. Oh, it's like a movie tagline. So, description. SCP-9000 is an anomaly speculated to account for rapid mental health decline in a subset of the Akron, Ohio population immediately following the 2014 Akron mid-air disaster. Affected individuals, primarily senior citizens, become convinced that they had skipped several decades of their life with no memory of the intervening years. The duration of missing time varies between subjects, averaging 35 years. The whereabouts of every subject during the relevant time periods are accounted for. With prompting, subjects are eventually able to recall the missing memories, albeit with lower fidelity, commonly described as a dream. Most subjects express dissociation from their own appearance, with deprecating comments about the state of their hands, skin, or teeth. Subjects affected by SCP-9000 exhibit a drastically increased likelihood of compounding comorbid mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, self-harm, and suicidal tendencies. Yo, it sounds like people's lives are getting stolen. Good luck, Akron, Ohio. Jiminy sakes. Oh, I forgot during that dono check that there was a Ko-Fi donation. Let me grab that real quick. Dr. A. Mask, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member, I believe. I can't tell on the Ko-Fi. But thank you for going to the Ko-Fi to make sure that YouTube didn't take as much of this donation, because Ko-Fi's fees are a little lesser. So we appreciate the effort. Make sure to grab yourself some queso on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, do you plan on writing something for 9Con? Also, I hope you're doing well. I unfortunately don't. I am exceptionally busy during this season. I have freelance projects. I have lots of testing to do here on site. I do not have time to write an article for 9Con, unfortunately. But I will be peeking in on it from time to time. SCP-9000 codename Anamnesis by author Sinent. Tagline, Who Do You See? Uh-oh, what is this? We have a goofy format. Who do you see? In a dream, everyone is you. Is there any black text in here? No. Become something. Become more. Okay, so this is a weird format. Alright, you can get weird for that one. Next up on our list, SCP-9000 codename Floods by author Merarab, with the tagline of no tagline. Let's take our quick peek. Description. SCP-9000 is the merging of the SCP Foundation with the concepts of normalcy and the status quo within the noosphere, i.e. the dimension of all concepts or ideas that are known to humanity and the sum of all human consciousness. So the SCP Foundation became normalcy. Through this conceptual merging, the concept of normalcy within the Foundation is preserved, presenting any major noticeable deviations from occurring in personnel who are not within the bounds of normalcy as defined by the consensus of the O5 Council. That's a lot. And then here, our image for this one, it looks like a picture of flooding, but it's called an SCP-9000-1 instance pursuing Agent Glendale in 1927. So this has been at this for a while. Okay, next up. Running down this list. SCP-9000, codename Rich Witch Flitch Trials. Rich Witch Flitch Trials by author Zin, with the tagline of no tagline. So, description. SCP-9000 is an anomalous variant of the flitch of bacon custom, which originated in 13th century Little Dunmow, a village in rural Essex, England. The non-anomalous tradition, practiced in Britain and once in the United States of America, involves a wedded couple convincing a ceremonial jury that they have not regretted their marriage for a year. Successful claimants swear a specific flitch oath and are awarded a flitch of bacon, hence the name flitch trials. Modern variants involve more public spectacle, including a procession, traditional outfits, and successful petitioners being carried on a chair around the village. And, okay, so anomalous version of this ritual. Got it. Anomalous British rituals. Great. Next up on our list. SCP-9000, codename Unbroken, by author Dr. Sumerian, friend of the channel. Excellent dude. Tagline is, what will be, was. What was, will be. You'll find no gods in this machine. Ooh, poetry. I like it. So, our quick description. SCP-9000 is a crashed spacefaring vessel located in Macronissos, Greece. SCP-9000's operating artificial intelligence, known hereafter as 9000-A, is functioning and has been since the ship first crashed into the island over 3,000 years ago. So the AI is 3,000 years old, living on Earth in a crashed spaceship. And why does the footnote say, how do we know it was spacefaring? Why are the footnotes asking very casual questions? The vessel has suffered catastrophic damage to its hull and major systems. The vessel is still capable of movement and has burrowed into the central island's ridge. Footnote, burrowing into the ground is surely a sign of a safe and definitely not dangerous anomaly. Definitely. Okay, so the footnotes are just being sarcastic. Interesting. Okay, well, there's your format screw. Oh, I'm going to be interested in that one later on. Thanks, Sim. Next up on our list, SCP-9000, codename The Hanged Man, by Dave You Fool. Tagline, no tagline. Description segment. SCP-9000 is a metallic artifact of unknown origin. Its first recorded appearance came in the form of scant details in the journal of Sir Rupert Murgatroyd, a 16th century Cornish baronet, collector, and de facto instance of SCP-9000-A. All efforts to accurately describe 9000 have been hindered by the fact that 9000's image cannot be captured on film or photograph, instead appearing as inconsistent visual distortions. So, SCP-9000 cannot be photographed, but what we have is an illustration of the closest possible approximation of SCP-9000's appearance, and Sir Rupert Murgatroyd, the 9000-A original person. All right. Next up, SCP-9000, codename The Never War, by author Ampersand, with a tagline of no tagline. Yeah, these are working. It's just not all of them have taglines, and I've got a bunch in a row, that's all. Okay. All right, there is a description here somewhere. SCP-9000 is a pseudo-corporeal spectral entity inhabiting a large piece of granite, 2 by 2 by 4 meters. SCP-9000 does not appear to directly interfere with surrounding matter in any meaningful way, and can only be observed through the use of an asomastis imaging technology. Preliminary spectral analysis has indicated the object possesses some degree of consciousness, and is aware of any physical stimuli affecting its host. At present, it seems fully bound to the stone in which it is encased, by being either unwilling to or more likely incapable of parting with it. Now, meanwhile, I just want you guys to know that this is what it opened to. A creepy poem to getting started. And then that's from the Chronicle of the Deva. And then the author of my agony, the wheel upon which my spirit is broken. Based on what I see here, this might be some sort of like consciousness of SCP-914? The Clockworks? I don't know, man. That's a very mysterious start. Have to, wow, okay, interesting. Also, that background was very Gygus. The background was very Gygus. All right. The next one isn't listed as SCP-9000, that's weird. But the code name is Divine, but the D and the V are both capitalized. By author Dr. Echecles. And there is no tagline. Ow! Oh, it's blinding me. Oh, the screen's so white. The text so light. Ow. But okay, I'll do it anyways. The description. SCP-9000 is an anomalous instance of a kudzu plant. It presents an incredibly rapid and intelligent growth. The vines have often been observed to cluster and twist on top of each other, forming tall humanoid silhouettes known as SCP-9000-1. These humanoids do move slowly, leaving behind a trail of growing vine as if they slithered. Okay. They can hear and see. They wait for herbivores to start nibbling on them, and then grab the animal's legs and hug it to death. Okay. So, living plant people. Living plant people. Continuing on. SCP-9000 codename In the House of God by author Poltartharian. The tagline is, there they found a servant of ours to whom we had granted mercy from us and enlightened with the knowledge of our own. And our quick description. There are several things here, so I'm going to start with the alpha. SCP-9000.alpha is a black cuboid structure with gold accents located in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, centered within the Masjid al-Haram, known as the Kaaba. It is approximately 15 meters high, with sides measuring 12 meters by 10.5 meters wide. SCP-9000-alpha serves as the holiest site in the religion of Islam, functioning as a global direction of Islamic prayer, as well as the annual Hajj. Okay, that is their most religious site. And yes, I do recognize this from pictures that I've seen before. So, or at least I think I do. So yes, that is the thing. Crimson and Ashton, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Checking in on the chat real quick, and gosh darn it, even trying to read so little of these articles, we are not making it through all of them today, guys. I'll give you all I got, guys. I'll give you all I got. Lockjaw, thank you for donating again. The idea of Mr. Forgetful in the anti-meme is forget what has been forgotten by the anti-meme. The idea of Mr. Forgetful in the anti-meme is forget what has been forgotten by the anti-meme. I'm sorry, what did you say? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Axir, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a pimento loaf on your way past the commissary. Good morning, Dr. Theron Sherman. Dr. A. Can here. We at Site 185 are very happy for the notice you are taking to 9K, especially following our breakthrough into antiemetic meds. Wish you a good day. Well, much obliged. We're doing our best over here to spread the word. Kronos, thank you for your first-time donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a milkshake on your way past the commissary. Was scrolling and saw someone saying nasty things about 999. With your permission, I'll be feeding them to 682 presently. Standard procedure, really. Man, not my problem. Dr. Sumerian, good to see you in the chat, buddy. And also, you're saying something I'm very curious about. You're saying you don't need to go through green light process for regular SCP submissions. You only need to do that to get feedback from official site sources. I thought that all first-time authors needed to get a green light or a green light bypass from a current author. But, I mean, that's what I've been saying. So if I've been wrong this whole time, then that's on me and big oof. But I thought it was something for new authors needed to green light. Yeah, they keep it ambiguous for a reason. I think that is not true. Well, shit. What's a green light bypass? Dr. Light, it's simply that if you get affirmation from a current SCP author, then you don't have to green light, because a green light is just an SCP author saying, yeah, your idea is good enough to start writing. So if one of your friends is an SCP author, they can greenlight you because they are already SCP authors. They know the deal, so they can give you a quick, yeah, that would work, or no, it wouldn't. All right, I'm gonna go back to the 9000 to try and get through as much as I can. But one more thing from Dr. Sim to continue this educational moment for all of us. You can absolutely just post anything anytime you want. If it dies, it dies. Greenlighting is just to get feedback on the forums or on Discord from the staff feedback sections. So what you're saying then is greenlight as a process is if you want the wiki staff who are already overburdened from too much oncoming work and not enough staffers already. If you want to bother them to get critique, you need to make sure you're not wasting their time by getting a green light first. If you don't green light, you cannot get staff critique, is what you're saying. I believe I understand that now. Good to know. I'm gonna reread the green light policy and make sure I dot my T's and cross my I's next time. Yeesh. Okay. Continuing on. In the 9000s. SCP-9000. Codename This Land Was Made for You and Me by Uncle Nicolini. With no tagline. Quick description. SCP-9000 is a designation for a man-made, mind-altering effect manifesting in humanoid subjects residing within countries with economies, life expectancy, and education opportunities significantly lower than those available in the United States of America at the time, which instills a desire for a better life within the United States. Oh boy, we're doing Immigration, the SCP article. Immigration, the SCP article. Nothing possibly controversial can happen during that, huh? So, boats of Cuban SCP-9000-1 instances off the coast of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Immigration posters. Oh boy. I mean, Nicolini's a good author, so I'm not actually thinking there's going to be any controversy. I'm just joking. DJ Unfound, Cool Kids, and Ooh Gorilla. Thank you for subscribing to Site 42. Welcome to staff. Next up, SCP-9000, codename Shyness, by author Spiderjaws. No tagline. Description. SCP-9000 refers to a viral cognitohazardous phenomenon that causes a person, designated 9000-1, to enter a violent state when their full face is viewed by another human, designated 9000-2, whether directly, via radio, video recording, photography, or on social media platforms. 9000-1 instances will display signs of emotional distress, including crying, screaming, and incoherent speech as they pursue 9000-2. Subjects will only move in a straight line toward their target, regardless of potential for physical damage, death, or further exposure. In this state, 9000-1 instances display heightened speed and strength, running up to 100 kilometers per hour and lifting up to 200 kilograms. SCP-9000 in this one turns you into Shy Guy. The title is Shyness. I guess I should have seen this coming. Cool. Everyone can be Shy Guy. And if everyone is Shy Guy, then nobody is alive. Because they all killed each other when they saw each other's faces. Didn't think that anomaly through, Syndrome. Next up, SCP-9000 codename The Trench by SCP author J. Dune. Description excerpt. SCP-9000 is a collective designation for an extra-dimensional space and the facility it was built to house. Detention Center Tri-1, a penal complex maintained by the SCP Foundation. SCP-9000 is located within the Marianas Archipelago off the coast of the Maug Islands. The facility was constructed in 1983 in conjunction with the federal government of the United States under an agreement that it would serve as an extra-legal outlet to hold prisoners of both entities. Cool! Cool! We went from the immigration SCP to the extra-legal crime prison SCP. And now I will tell you, that is a fine-looking SCP prison. That is a super cool prison, to be fair. And then we've got some pictures from the Maug Islands, different levels. So yeah, we got a super secret prison in a team up with the U.S. government. What could possibly go wrong? Well, SCP as a whole is kind of an extra-legal prison. You know what, intern Uckers? You got a point. You got a point. Dr. Ledoux, thank you for your generous 5 gifted memberships to the Site-42 chat. And Containment Hazard Assessment Team members who got those memberships, make sure to thank Dr. Ledoux for their generosity in the battle against the white names. All right. Guys, I managed to get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 articles. But now I gotta go to work. So this stream has to come to an end. I gotta duck out and read some contest stuff, but if you get around and reading mine on the stream, somebody pig me. I probably will not read it on stream, but it was listed in the 22 articles, sorry, that I listed today. And so make sure you go read those articles, read the contest. Let's get our votes in, people. And then we will continue down our list of these sneak previews as we go. But I won't be able to get that far. There's so many freaking articles, man. Whew. And so, Site-42 staff, as is tradition at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. But of course, I'm not going to tell you that the SCPs I personally wrote are my favorite. That would be cheating. But if you do want to read the SCPs I personally wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site-42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. There, you will find the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as some that I've given voice lines or audio to as well. And on the next tab over from there, you'll find some links. Some links people are very curious about, and they never seem to find because they're not looking hard enough. But you guys, you're intrepid researchers. You'll find the answers, right? While you're in those links, you can become a Patreon patron of Site-42 or a YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. Or you can do a Ko-Fi donation or YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one time at a time. Either way, we appreciate direct donations. They're the easiest way to help us keep the lights on for the Site-42 staff. Meanwhile, if you're part of the Broke Gang, and trust me, SCP is an arts community, starving artist is a phrase for a reason. We understand the Broke Gang, don't you worry about it. Because as long as you are here, liking, sharing, subscribing, chatting, commenting, as long as you are helping the YouTube algorithm bring people to Site-42, you are an honored member of Mobile Task Force Site-42, codename the Signal Boosters. And because of your epic work, we are able to bring more fans into the fandom so they can help us support the wiki and its authors, animators, artists, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, everything SCP. We're going to make more of it because you guys are helping us out. So Mobile Task Force Site-42, I salute you, Signal Boosters. Minigame fan, Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. So, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-5175-5320-8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. And congratulations, Site 42 staff, right at the last second. You got the like count above the viewer count. Congratulations on fulfilling your mission on a short day before time runs out. Excellent work, team. And so with that, I have been Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42. This has been a Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. When I was born, they looked at me and said, "What a good boy, what a smart boy, what a strong boy." And when you were born, they looked at you and said, "What a good girl, what a smart girl, what a pretty girl." We've got these chains hanging around our necks. People want to strangle us with them before we take our first breath. Afraid of change, afraid to stay in the same. When temptation calls, we just look away. This name is the hair shirt I wear, and this hair shirt is woven from your brown hair. This song is the cross that I bear. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Be with me tonight. Do I know that isn't right? Ooh, but be with me tonight. The credit song is "What a Good Boy" by the Bare Naked Ladies. Have a great rest of your day, Site 42 fam. Secure, contain, protect.